Good morning. Today we are going to be editing our remake of a famous artwork. So you should have uploaded your pictures last class, and today we're going to edit with Polarr. So here's the assignment, and then I'm going to pop over and kind of show you how to do it. I would like you to watch this video, so you're going to click on this link first, and this is the little YouTube video about Polarr and just how he edits. It's just a great way to watch and see somebody else edit in Polarr. Now, we are going to open up Polarr today. Just X out of that. You can click here to download and open a photo, or you can click here. And so today, that might not pop up like that for you. I was just in here using it, so that's why it popped up. It may look like this for you. Then you're going to click over here. And again, just like in Photoshop too, if you hover over something, it will tell you what it is. So if you just take your mouse and hover over these things, it will tell you what they are. Okay, so we're going to click on the adjustments. And you've got all your adjustments very, very, very similar to Photoshop right down the line here. I'm going to bounce to Photoshop really quick. And if I go to filter and I go to camera raw, I have very, very similar adjustments. Okay, so we just don't have all of these other extra things in Polarr, but that's okay. So let's bounce back to Polarr. And I'm not going to really edit this photo. I'm just going to kind of show you what these things do, but you really should know what they already do because we have learned them in Photoshop. So temperature does the same as temperature does here as it does in Photoshop. Okay, just looks a little different. Tint, and this can help you. So if you were doing a painting that has like, a green tint to it, you can add that over your photo. Saturation. Again, if you wanted to make it black and white, this is where you would do it. Okay. I'll bring my shadows up a little bit to see inside of there. And then let's see the highlights. Let's brighten that up a little bit. Whites. And go back up to exposure here. Okay. So you can then, if you click on curves, you can then, see what this is and say, okay, maybe I'm going to move the reds around and see how the reds work. Okay, so again, a little bit of playing around, but mostly it's very similar to what we have done in Photoshop. If you click on this right here, this is just your history. It shows you everything that you have done. So it starts down here. So there's the first thing that I did, and then here's the last thing that I did. Okay. Again, going back into Photoshop, if you click on your history, this is where you would see all the stuff that we have done. So let me just, I'll just quickly do an adjustment just so. Let's say that looks great. Okay. Put this back over here and then go in my history, and then so I can see the things that I have done. Where Photoshop starts at the top and then works its way down of the things that you have done. Okay. Polarr is just the opposite. Okay. So it starts down here and works its way up. This is the last thing that I've done. Okay. Over here is your undo. So you can just undo things if you want to. And then also, this is a kind of neat tool. If you just click and hold on this with your mouse, it shows you what you did at the beginning versus what it looks like now. Okay. Again, in Photoshop, if we just clicked here and then clicked on the beginning of that, you would get to see what it looked like before, what it looked like after. Okay. Once you are done, you can then hit this save photo. With the version that we are using, the free version, it only lets you save something so many times in a day. Okay, so don't just keep saving. Make sure your work is complete before you want to save. Okay, and you want to save it as a JPEG because Classroom really only wants JPEGs. Um, let's just keep it at high for now. You don't need to go to best because sometimes if you go to best, you might have a problem uploading to Classroom. So let's just keep it for high. And then here, just please change it to your whatever you want to name it. But let's try to keep like first name, last name, and block somewhere on there. So I know, and I'm not just looking at numbers. So when I'm grading and looking through all of these, I can just look up at the name of the artwork and I can see who it is and what block you are from. Okay, so right? So first name, last name, my block, making sure that it's a JPEG, and if you want to call it Mona Lisa or whatever, you can do that too. But somewhere on there, please put this. Okay, it will make it grades go much faster for me. Um, and then you can save it wherever you want. I will save it to my desktop. Once you are done, um, you are going to upload that to Classroom. But what I'd like you to do before you close out of your photo, I want to look at your history. I want to see what you have done. So what you are going to do is you are going to do a screenshot. In the lesson, I show you how to do a screenshot on your Chromebooks, but Command Shift 4 if you're using a laptop or a desktop, and then just click and drag over that. So I can see what you have done, and you will be turning in the screenshot and your final. So then you would pop over once we're done, pop over to Classroom, and you would upload both of those pictures to the assignment. Okay, that's it.